Clips. Oh, righty, YouTubes. Another one of Kip's Clips. So, for some time I've been talking about the agenda, the agenda when it comes to the United Nations. We are now seeing this materialise with Trump. Trump used the so-called independent media to get elected. I call it the truther industrial complex because it's a coordinated network of propagandists spreading their political propaganda globally while complaining about the globalists. Also, one of their trick is to complain about the new world order. We need to watch out for the new world order. The current world order is the United Nations. Fact. The people that want to bring about a new world order are the entities that are dissatisfied with the United Nations. It couldn't be clearer, it couldn't be more clearer than the nose on some people's face. So you have this apparently independent media. I'd like to use InfoWars as the genesis of the so-called independent media. And if you look at the content, the messaging that they have continually put out for the 10, 15 years that they've been around, all they do is attack the current institutions of the current order. Now, if you don't want a new world order, you wouldn't be attacking the current world order. So everybody out there, Alex Jones, new world order, watch out, the new world order, they are actually manifesting the new world order. Now, the US quits biased United Nations Human Rights Council. We are now seeing, literally in front of our eyes right here, and people that watch the InfoWars Nightly News will see that I've been talking about this for years. We are now witnessing literally fucking in the news cycle, the materialisation of the New World Order. And the New World Order is Donald Trump, Putin and that nut job. That is the three dawns of the New World Order. Let me see if I can find my picture. Three dawns of the NWO. No, three dawns. I know what I was saying. Oh God. Hey, hold on. Should be able to find it. Nah, well, I didn't. It's on my channel. I've got a thumbnail of it somewhere. But we're literally witnessing it in front of our eyes. Now, I'm not going to give you any conclusions here. Just ask yourself these simple questions. Do you agree that the current world order, whether you like it, loathe it, agree with it or not, the current world order is the United Nations? That's where the nations of the world are meant to go and democratically try and resolve disputes without resorting to the boom, 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 boom. The United Nations and a subsidiary, a department of that has been the United Nations Human Rights Council. And ask yourself, who's the biggest, who has not complied with the most United Nations resolutions in the world? These are things you can go and confirm for yourself. The United Nations have had many resolutions as to regards to what's happening in Palestine, Israel, and that whole. Let me go lightly. I won't call it genocide. I'll just say a wee bit of ethnic cleansing. And it becomes very apparent who and for what reasons this whole truther industrial complex bullshit has been started by and for what reason. You have, and they've done it very, very, like, man, these people are Geniuses, right? They're geniuses. They're highly intelligent. They're PhDs of PhDs of PhDs to manipulate us. Because Mike Rivero bounces up there and points at some Palestinians getting shot every now and again, doesn't mean he's pro-Palestinian. He's a Zionist fat bastard. All he's done is propagate political messaging to get Donald Trump elected. Getting Donald Trump elected is allowing America, Israel, and anybody else that wants to jump on the Trump train to go unilaterally and redesign the New World Order. They wanted to do it while America still had the hegemony of military force, and boom shakalaka were watching it. So the consistent demonisation of the United Nations, and I'll caveat that by saying I'm not a fan of centralisation of power. The less centralisation of power, the better in my opinion. But there is no getting away and escaping from the fact the United Nations is the current world order, and people that are trying to bring down that institution are the people wanting a new world order. And that would be the whole truther-industrial complex that has ingrained a new world order into our nuts. So it's Orwellian. It really is. It's Orwellian. Up is down, left is right. We are scared of the new world order, so help us create the new world order. And we're witnessing it right here, right now, in front of our eyes. I've documented this for some time now. I'll be honest with you, and I don't know whether this is true or not. I haven't heard one other single person in this whole independent media, we're going to save the world by YouTube videos, talk about this. Nah, they just talk about how bad the United Nations is, and oh, the New World Order, the blue helmets are coming to take our guns and invade our country. And is the penny dropping for people yet? As we have all been played. I know it might be a hard plaster to rip off, I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and I will have to reassess everything in a year or 2 years' time. I feel right now the exact same way that I felt when I first started getting indoctrinated into the truther-industrial complex, because the truther-industrial complex makes you lose, or rightly I would argue, gives you scepticism about the old world order media, TV, radio, the established press and stuff. But the new media, call it the New World Order media, the internet media, call it the truther-industrial complex, wanted to deflect your scepticism onto their enemies, while never allowing any scepticism, analysis, criticism reflected back to themselves. Because if you did actually stand back and objectively analyse the messaging the truther-industrial complex is putting out there, like your Sweden agenda, your Germany agenda, your Netherlands agenda, your French agenda, your Brexit agenda, they have changed the political landscape in so many places of the world, all thanks to the internet media. And everybody thinking it's all just true. TV lies to me, but the internet tells me the truth. So, I'm so, I hate to say I told you so, but this is it. This is the New World Order forming. What's her name? Haley, I think. Haley, Nikki Haley or something. This is Donald Trump and Israel's bitch in the United Nations. And surely this must be coming into focus for some people now. The fact that Mike Rivero, who's a very intelligent man, isn't addressing any of these things, isn't addressing the fact that he got help get Trump elected. He admits it himself. Trump admittedly was a Zionist before he got elected. Then we got elected, he carried out all his Zionist agendas. And Mike Rivero's still sitting there running interference for Trump. So is the UK column, and so is a lot of the other, Alex Jones the biggest one, so is a lot of the other so-called independent media. So, there we have it, folks. The United Nations is dead. Bye-bye, World Order. Bye-bye. Hello, New World Order. How you doing? I've heard so much about you. I was trying to stop you for ages, and now I understand I've actually contributed to bringing you around. I'm such a fucking donut. In fact, hold on. It isn't my fault. I'm a low IQ individual who has been propagandised by the internet. And it was a very simple trick. I switched the internet on and went, I'm telling you the truth. And I went, that must be telling me the truth. It told me Celtic fans stink and the BBC's bad. I'm going to believe that from now on. Now, over the time, I've obviously managed to de-indoctrinate myself from the programming of the Truther Industrial Complex and the television. It came about when the penny dropped and I was saying Wag the Dog has came to the internet. It is as simple as that. Wag the Dog is on the internet, and not only is it on the internet, it's interactive. So there you have it. The New World Order is here, folks. Thanks to Trump. Thanks to the Truther Industrial Complex. Thanks, Alex Jones, telling us how bad the New World Order is. Well, materialising it in front of our eyes by destroying the old world order. And Trump was the trump card. He's done it. Alright to YouTube. There won't be a World Infowar News this afternoon because I need to go out, but I will be back tomorrow as always. So thumbs it up, share it on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, all the good stuff. If you appreciate what I do, Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. It's digital busking, everything's available free of charge. I hope you value it and consider throwing in £1 or £2, your spare change, not your life savings. Alrighty, YouTubes. Thanks for listening. Catchies. Keeps clear.